second game of this Douyu Cup. Newbee versus VG Gaming Potential is the game we're looking at, of course, and it is only a 2-game series, so this will be the last one, and also, while at it, the last one for the day. We will, however, of course, be back tomorrow at 9 CEST, I believe, 15 SGT or Shanghai time, I think. Not too sure, Beijing time, whatever, but in any case, it is going to be Newbee.Y versus VG Gaming Potential, as already stated. Game number 2, VG Gaming Potential do have that 1-game lead already coming into this, so definitely feeling good about themselves. We're, of course, HeflaTV. I'm Couchor. Going to be joined by Mike as well, if he properly got into the game. Did you, Mike?
I did. Yes, I was just like, I think the chat thing was messed up. I didn't see anyone in the chat thing at all, but I'm here, so we're good.
We're good.
And Newbee.Y, they need to shake things up a little bit. Like, that last draft was, well, this one's going to be more aggressive, but that last draft wasn't prepared to deal with the mobility and initiation power of VG Gaming Potential. It's going to be a Clockwork banned out this time, and with Newbee.Y picking up the Tusk, they have themselves a way of getting into those fights. So expect to see Newbee.Y at least put up a little bit more of a fight than in the last game, which they kind of looked like they were in control, but they needed to be a lot more ahead of VG Gaming to be considered like even in the standings.
Well, to be honest, last game, I just think their kind of laning decision let them down already. They were hoping too much for that. What was it, Naga Siren Lina off lane? I mean, maybe they were expecting an aggressive try lane by VG Gaming as well, so they tried to like semi-dodge it or something, but well, we'll see. And of course, Newbee.Y, them going for the Tusk does open up the Leshrac for VG Gaming. Not a surprise at all to see the hero picked up when it's not banned.
Alright, so it's going to be Leshrac and a Spirit Breaker for VG Gaming. It's a nice potential 1-2 combo, kind of similar to an Earthshaker Leshrac opening where you have the Spirit Breaker at least with the option of locking down the mid lane, and now for Newbee.Y, pretty much no matter who they put in the mid lane is going to be in for a shitty time. It looks like VG Gaming still want to stick with this kind of aggressive strategy as Newbee.Y grab the Storm Spirit, so looking to have as different a game as possible from the last time, as they have all the initiation this time, or a good portion of the initiation in this particular game. With Storm Spirit and Tusk being able to jump in on someone as soft as Leshrac, it's going to be potentially difficult for VG Gaming to hold on to this Leshrac.
Yeah, that's what I started to worry about as well already, and we're only halfway through the draft. Maybe VG Gaming, well, maybe they are going to go for the Winter Wyvern again, but that doesn't guarantee safety. It's a little something that may help out. Of course, they might also consider something like a Dazzle, but no, they do ban out the Dazzle themselves. Of course, the Dazzle Tusk combination is extremely strong, so it does make sense for them to ban it out.
Right, lots of support hate is going to be incoming. Tusk and Spirit Breaker do have, and I guess to a lesser extent, the Leshrac, they all can be played as supports, but nowadays we see all three of these heroes getting more and more farm. Even like solo offlane Spirit Breakers, not exactly fantastic, but for the most part, they do their job. So Earthshaker's still looking really good right now for, honestly, anyone who wants to pick it up. Maybe VG Gaming, because they simply have the first pick after the ban phase, but someone like a Shaker would be great for either side. Newbee.Y would like to have a very easy way to deal with the Spirit Breaker charge. Usually that's going to be a Rubik. Not going to be the case in this game since they have banned him out this time. So yeah, they need some fast stun to deal with the Spirit Breaker.
Oh man, I was just thinking about Lina for maybe Newbee.Y. Of course, Lina could have been fine for either side as well, but what kind of stuns are the best in dealing with Spirit Breaker? You already said Rubik, but what other hero that could also potentially fit into Newbee.Y? I guess Sand King could also burrow strike, but
yeah, I was just about to say Sand King is probably, I mean, maybe not the greatest with what they have right now, but you have a Tusk and a Sand King, you could snowball in or snowball Blink Dagger in and then get some more initiation off. It actually seems pretty reasonable here for Newbee.Y, just not as a third pick, like 4th or 5th maybe.
Yeah, and super early on as well, man. Sand King definitely struggled with the range on the Burrow Strike, or Burrow Charge, whatever it's called, but Tusk with the Snowball can get the hero in range with no problem at all. But VG Gaming, as they did have first pick, like you pointed out as well in the second phase, Earthshaker is the one for them.
What a surprise. So they have the double cow lineup, so automatically VG Gaming with the huge advantage. But seriously, like Shaker...
I think logical. Spirit Breaker should break Storm Spirit.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah, OP. Newbee.Y, you might as well quit right now. There's no winning this game anymore. You're hard countered across the board. But Earthshaker with Leshrac, is a ridiculous mid lane. Fissure into any Leshrac skills, like the Fissure doesn't even have to make a wall, it just has to land. Especially when it's a Storm Spirit, who at the moment looks like he's going mid. That's just such an utterly terrible game for Storm Spirit. You don't want to be in that lane as Storm.
Yeah, it's not fun times, unless Newbee.Y want to just put a babysitter there as well, but they do go for a Lion now. So, Finger of Death will definitely be an easy way to just get kills, and if the Storm Spirit should go for a Bloodstone, it could be just them only like ganking around, getting those single pickoffs every single time Finger of Death is available, but VG Gaming potential now. It is their turn to go for a Bounty Hunter. Maybe a little bit troublesome that they're going to run 3 melee heroes, but we'll see how well it's going to work out. Is it just a support Bounty Hunter now with Spirit Breaker offlane, Lesh mid, and now the last one to be their safe laner?
Yeah, I think it probably is going to be a very similar setup to that. Marginal alterations, perhaps, but I expect this Bounty Hunter to be on the roam for the most part. If you expect to have a Leshrac with Earthshaker help in the mid lane, then Bounty Hunter wants to be there as well to get those kills, to get that experience. Spirit Breaker, obviously, wherever he charges, the Bounty Hunter also wants to be there. So a nomadic Bounty Hunter in this game seems like he can do quite a bit of work. As far as an offlane Bounty Hunter is concerned, which is another way that you can do it, you're up against a Lion, you're up against potentially a Tusk as well. Obviously, you get a little bit of a faster track. And then you have, like, again, as you said, 2 other melee heroes, which is why this Gyrocopter pick for Newbee.Y is insane. Gyrocopter up against melee heroes is always what you want to see, but it is VG potential, VG gaming potential that are going to be looking for the pickoffs pretty much every single time, much like the last game. So this Gyrocopter, though good, really needs a little bit of time to actually withstand the burst so that he could actually return some fire.
I don't know. I'm not too fond of VG Gaming Potential's lineup for now. Like I said, Gyro is so good against melee heroes, and well, VG Gaming, of course, at the moment, they don't have anything solid towards the late game. Leshrac can be a beast in any stage of the game, but not the hero that you expect to really like carry the later stage of the game, especially if you're up against the Storm Spirit and the Gyro both. So VG Gaming, they should probably go for something somewhat aggressive as well and kind of take command and never let go, especially to be able to just utilize the Bounty Hunter track and the extra gold you get from that.
I would like it to be a ranged hero just so that they could deal with this Gyrocopter without getting right up in his face. We have a Lancer banned out from Newbee.Y. Would have been an okay pickup for VG, but nothing extraordinary. The Jakiro ban, I have no idea where that was going to fit into Newbee.Y's draft, but that's okay, I guess. We're not going to be seeing a Jakiro game. Yeah, Jakiro is not really good up against what VG have, so I don't really know why that was banned out.
Yeah, maybe it was a misclick. I have no idea, to be honest, which heroes are like next to Jakiro in the ban screen, so to say, but
You can't misclick it, dude. Like, you have to press confirm and everything, or like, you press the hero and then you have to like confirm the ban or whatever. You have to have 2 consecutive misclicks.
I don't know, a cat walked over the mouse, or I don't know.
Stupid cats ruining the game.
Yeah, stupid cats banning Jakiro, but to be honest, I was thinking maybe Clinks. It may of course be a little bit too on the squishy side if you don't have your ultimate active at the time, but it is something that can do massive amounts of damage, plus also brings quite a bit of pushing power with the searing arrows.
Yeah, Clinks is one of those heroes, especially in this game, where he will work very well with what VG Gaming have. It is double invis, so detection becomes better for Newbee.Y, but it's very good with Leshrac. You get those towers down very quickly, but Clinks is terrible versus Lion and Storm Spirit. Very susceptible to being ganked by those 2. Tusk to a lesser extent, but still some extent there. Yeah, not really sure if they want to be going for that, especially since it's just double invis. Like, that might just be a little bit too costly, having 2 heroes that get shut down that hard. Outside of that, like, I would say like someone like a Wind Ranger would be a decent pickup, or Viper. Viper is never a bad hero.
Unless you're in the late game.
Yes, then it becomes awkward.
Of course, they might be able to still just push their way through. Viper is a decent-ish sieging hero in a sense that he can do it for a long time. He's not going to be doing the most damage, but he usually has to sustain to just sit around there. Especially should you have lots of gold, maybe go for like a Heart of Tarask at some point in the game. But VG Gaming, although they have like a decent-ish amount of stuns, they don't have any stuns that can easily catch a Storm Spirit at the moment, so that might become a real threat for them. Oh! Okay then.
I don't know what's happening anymore, guys. I'm out. I'm out.
So I think Newbee.Y,
Couchor, you're on your own. Solo cast. You can do it.
I think Newbee.Y, they're like, okay, VG Gaming want to take this early. We're just gonna mine the hell out of our high ground if it comes to that, and farm, and turtle and just win.
Yeah, it's certainly a strategy
Plus,
that they
up against
can
Bounty Hunter,
do.
I mean, bounties, it's annoying. What's more annoying? Freaking mines.
Dude, mines are just like the worst. This guy's worse than Broodmother. I always thought that Techie was kind of like a defensive Broodmother. He always kind of makes it feel like your team is playing 4v5, except he's like not actively being aggressive. He's playing the defensive role, and you do have, of course, the quote-unquote combo of Tusk Techies. Could potentially get some kills. VG Gaming are across the board fairly durable. Leshrac is vulnerable to that in the early stages of the game. Viper, Spirit Breaker, not really getting hit too hard by that. Bounty Hunter is very hard to connect with that combo, so I don't know if you could do that, but yeah, Techies, I don't know. This is like the second time I've actually casted a Techies game. The first time it just fell flat on its face. It did absolutely nothing, so I'm looking forward to some shenanigans. And with a Tusk together in lane, I think there will be shenanigans.
Yeah, it's just pure support techies with Storm Spirit and the Tusk going for an aggressive try by the looks of things. Or maybe Lion is going to join them instead and have the Storm Spirit go mid lane. Probably that is the case, but to actually introduce the lineups as well, SCC is going to be on the Storm Spirit, leaving Melody Lovers on the Lion with Mrrr on the techies. And I will be on the Tusk, and the last one is going to be the safe lane Gyrocopter played by Piao.
And for the VG potential side, we got Viper, who's going to be played by Lin. XLL is on the Leshrac right now. We got James on the Shaker. Yang has been playing the Spirit Breaker, and, well, already on the roam, it's Dogfights as the Bounty Hunter, getting into a fight with the Tusk. Most of the time, that's going to be fine, just trading a couple hits, since Bounty Hunter does have such a ridiculous amount of armor. Not as much so when the enemy side has Tusk and Techies. It's the, could we call it Secret Special? Like, is that a thing? Is Secret, like, the team to do it? They won with it, so I guess that's kind of that.
Yeah, everybody can pick it up, but only a few teams can actually win with it as well, and convincingly so. If only he wanted to place his entry right here. If only.
Bounty? So, okay. It's so hard to click on the frickin' bounty runes. They see dogfights, but detection status, only 1 sentry on the Storm Spirit, 1 sentry on the techies, and they will let him get away. So it is going to be dual lane setup here for Newbee.Y. As far as these two heroes and their ability to burst a Viper, Corrosive Skin is pretty good, I guess, but Suicide Squad is also physical, so yeah, the Viper is going to have to play his distances very carefully. Unfortunately, though, Viper is very slow as a hero, so as far as outrunning the Snowball, not going to happen.
Oh, stun in the mid lane does land onto the Storm Spirit, so already some nice harass coming in from Leshrac, of course, but Earthshaker, he needs to make his way towards the bottom lane because he's the one holding the sentries, and being up against the techies, you want to have sentries, of course. Newbee themselves already came prepared in terms of that, but... Oh, top lane, Yang might be in trouble. There's the Earth Spike, Rocket Barrage doing quite a bit of damage, but this Space Cow is just a little bit too tanky to be frightened away by just mere level 1 abilities.
Yeah, but that did like half of his HP, and it costed them barely any mana. Once the Lion gets level 2, then you'll have Hex as well, which just is so much better than level 1 Spike. And as the Rocket Barrage gets leveled up, the Spirit Breaker has to be a lot more fearful of this lane as well. What he can do is get into fistfights with Melody Lovers, as he is right now, and hope for that 17% to really carry him through. So Lion, though he does have a lot of offensive capabilities when combined with the Gyrocopter, is vulnerable to dying if he gets charged and if he gets bashed 1 too many times. Because Spirit Breaker, as long as he's getting his experience, is going to be doing a lot of damage if he can actually connect with those right clicks.
It's just so funny. It's going to be so bad to be a melee support for VG potential being up against the techies. It's like, we know there are like mines there, but we can't really do anything about it.
Yeah, Viper, Leshrac, they're on anti-mine duty. I guess Viper is like similarly to how he's, as you said, good against or good while pushing because he could just sit there and do it forever. He could also do that to mines if you think of mines as just like a secondary tower area.
Wow.
Kind of.
Yeah,
maybe.
He can run through them. Spirit Breaker, if he feels bold enough, he can also just clear them with his body.
Blade Veil doesn't work anymore.
It needs to be done every now and then.
We have to offer a sacrifice to the techies
for
god.
the greater good!
He's the mid lane. They're going to get into a fight. Leshrac and SC. Split Earth is going to connect. SC I mean, he tried to dodge, I think, but it didn't really work out. Leshrac drawing a solo kill on the Storm Spirit. And I already went over how this lane is just so terrible for the Storm. Yeah, this is not going well at all. Storm Spirit needs some help, but it's not going to come from the bottom lane. And top lane also kind of has his hands full. Actually, though, they're going to get the kill on the Viper. Completely missed that one, but it looks like it was the first Sudoku kill of the game.
Yeah, just Suicide does quite a bit of damage, even Viper as tanky as he can be early on. Not that much, especially without the corrosive skin as well there. So they get one on the board, but it's just so much bigger of a deal that Leshrac managed to kill the Storm Spirit mid lane like this. Has almost a level and a half advantage, and it's not going to get any easier for the Storm Spirit, even if he gets level 6. All that does is that you should be able to escape, but you're still not going to be able to properly farm as long as the Leshrac is there.
You're not going to actively lose the lane, you're just not going to be winning it. Leshrac already knows that he's at an advantage right now. Just spamming up that lightning, and Storm Spirit is going to be forced to chug through all of his bottle charges just to prevent himself from outright dying. And at a certain point, if you're Leshrac, you can start throwing out random split earths up the hill and just try to get those to connect. If they do, you land the lightning as well. You don't get the kill unless there's maybe a shaker there as well, but the Storm Spirit's going to have no other options but to do just this. Leave and try to jungle. He's only level 3. I guess he does have a triple stack brewing, so he will get himself a little bit of gold, but you never really want to be jungling this early as a Storm Spirit. And like, compare the Storm Spirit to where this Bounty Hunter is. Somehow Dogfights has grabbed level 3, and he's well on his way to track as well.
Yeah, that's without having been a part of a single kill as well, so I guess he has leached quite a bit of XP from somebody else in the game. In the meantime, Arcane Boots are finished up on Tusk. Can spam his abilities a little bit more if he wants to. Techies being level 3, just skilling up mines slowly but surely. And, well, it is pretty good creep clear. Does cost quite a bit of mana for it as well, I guess, though.
This Soul Ring in production, I'm sure, with the Sage's Mask. 2 Clarities left, so no mine stacks really being created right now. Didn't really have the time to do that, so VG Potential can breathe a little bit easier. And may even have to purchase less detection, seeing as though this Techies is constantly using his mana pool to nuke down the creep wave instead of making some sort of deadly trap somewhere. So they don't have to buy as much detection. That's going to really be helpful for like the Earthshaker. You don't have to buy Sentry Wards. He's not getting a lot of money anyway. In fact, has 0 CS. What gold he does get from random assists or whatever, he can put towards his Blink Dagger.
Oh, mid lane Earthshaker. You can see that he just wants to get that Fisher on, but Storm Spirit, he's so afraid of anything happening, and thanks to him just falling back that far, he's almost 2 levels behind the Lesh now. He's level 4, well, he's soon to hit level 5, so that's decent-ish, but Lesh still is just so dominant in this lane. Bottom lane though, there's a charge coming onto the Tusk. Can they get the kill even with the charge though?
Viper's not quite level 6. They're going to pick a fight with the Techies. Here comes the charge, but with Snowball available, I don't know if he's going to even get hit by this. He will. Now they're going to go for Mur off to the side. He has a suicide, so he will deny himself. And the Snowball into dogfights. No shards just yet. Fissure is going to connect onto Melody Lovers. Uwe charges forward for Lin, puts him in the cage, and will get the kill. But he will give his own life up in exchange for it. Bounty Hunter going to get a little bit close to level 6. Another charge of Melody Lovers. Had the spike mid-cast animation, but he won't get that one out. It's a double kill for the Bounty as Dogfights now level 4 and a little bit, and well, Mur's gonna return, but can't really do that much. So Bounty is the real winner here.
And in the meantime, Leshrac managed to kill the Storm Spirit as well. I didn't see any of that, but well, Storm Spirit doesn't have Ball Lightning, so you can only imagine that it was Lightning Storm into Split Earth, few attacks, another Lightning Storm, and don't really even need any more, to be honest. So VG Potential looking good so far, but they really have to get this early game under control as well and kind of run away with it in the mid game.
Cow's getting a little bit of farm, but he's not getting enough to make it so that he could just bust out and kill everyone. He is very susceptible to this burst damage, and even the slowing power of Viper. Should a BKB picked up, you could still Viper Strike and get that slow off. So yeah, this Gyrocopter needs a lot more if he's going to solo carry, but I don't think that's going to happen. If it charge down towards bottom lane, big mine hit onto the Earthshaker, but they will land the stuns onto Uwe, so there's no follow-up there. He'll snowball onto Yang, it looks like. No, that's actually going towards the Viper, which is not going to do that much. Tusk is going to drop. That's just going to be a very easy kill for VG Potential. Putting 4 heroes in the bottom lane, yes, but they eat the entire mine stack, don't die, and yeah, they don't really lose anything. Yeah,
just sometimes you got to face check things. Oh, mid lane though, they get the Hex onto the Lesh, and with the cooldown and the Rocket Rush to follow, they should get the kill as well.
Splitter is going to land. Charge is going to be cancelled, and that is I guess, the first rotation of the Gyrocopter. Rocket Barrage level 4 does a ridiculous amount of damage on Leshrac. Even though he is dominating this lane, he's only just a Leshrac. He is still very susceptible to this type of ganks, so especially when he's sitting in tower range, doesn't exactly help. They have another strike, though, onto Murd. This time he has no suicide. He'll get bashed down. Super easy kill. Yang has drawn level 6, and Lin has as well, so the kill potential for VG potential just skyrocketed. They are going to get rotated upon by, again, this ganking Gyrocopter, but I don't think there's enough to kill off this Viper. He doesn't have Corrosive at all, so maybe they actually can do this.
Just one point into Corrosive feels like it's such a great thing. Just for the slow of the enemies, it makes it so that you can actually run away. Otherwise, Viper's own movement speed is somewhat horrible, you might say. But he just wants to be a little bit more aggressive. Maybe wants to kill the techies before he gets close and actually manages to suicide, something like that. But since it is a Tusk techies combination, you won't be able to even do that. So not too sure why he hasn't gone for a value point into it. But aggression can pay off at times.
Like in the mid lane, where VG Potential are just going to go for a straight and forward push. No Edict, no problem. They take down a tower since there's no response from Newbee.Y. Now Storm Spirit may feel comfortable enough to sit in this lane. He is level 7, so he does have Ball Lightning, so if he gets stunned once, he's not going to just get run down by right clicks. But there is an invisibility rune on XLL right now, and Storm Spirit may know about it. I mean, he had full vision of the Leshrac, but will he actually get caught here? While he's farming, that's the perfect place for Leshrac to be. Split Earth, Lightning, Pulse Nova. I don't think that's enough damage, but you kind of have to go for it anyway just to see if it is. There is also Bounty Hunter coming in. If Leshrac can toss lands, that's just going to be a kill. Plus the creep's helping out as well. The Storm Spirit is moving rather erratically. Split Earth, going to miss. And that means SC is going to be just fine. But I guess they do take a couple of those creeps. And oh, Courier, don't go there.
So they just lack patience at the moment. Also now, dogfights does scout out here, and oh, they're gonna go in another miss on the Split Earth. Oh man, Leshrac, please.
Oh, now Revenge punished perhaps. Charge is coming in. Piao is there with Melody Lovers. Ball Lightning instead going towards James. Where's the pull? Not leveled up yet. Charge connects. Call down is there. Yang's gonna get cancelled, or his ultimate canceled. Backlines though, they'll take down the Gyrocopter very easily. Left without supports. Melody Lovers as well. Left without SC, and the Storm Spirit's out of mana at this point. Another Lightning, another Split Earth coming right up. Lightning. Charge is there, so SC is guaranteed to get stunned by something. And it will be the charged Lightning. There it is. Here comes the Tusk. He's all alone, however. I don't really know why Tusk arrived, but it's ultimately a 4-0. Everyone from VG Potential survives.
I know why Tusk came. He wanted to give that little bit of extra XP for Bounty Hunter to hit level 6.
What a good guy, dude. So nice.
Yeah, he looks cute and cuddly, so he's nice as well.
Yeah. I don't know who you're...
Look
definitely
at
not
Tusk's
Bounty Hunters.
net worth though. He's the second highest in his own team.
Yeah, and that's not really impressive considering where the Leshrac is. The Techies is being charged right now. Nether Strike not available yet. And looks like Yang will back off. But yeah, Newbee kind of just feeding themselves into the meat grinder there. The Fissure from the Earthshaker. I mean, at that point, you just turn around for a Fissure because it's a stun and you're going to connect it onto multiple people. But the wall off actually mattered there. I don't know how much... thought went into the process. Thought actually went into that Fissure, but he walled off the Lion. He walled off the Gyrocopter from the rest of his team, and he got some pretty easy kills. And now Bounty Hunter is stalking the Lion with the DD rune. This Bounty can actually get this kill by himself, I think, except for the fact that there's a Storm Spirit here. But if he just finds Lion in a 1v1 scenario, that's a kill for the Bounty.
Yeah, definitely so. Just double damage, giving you so much extra power there, plus the chasing potential.
Courier. Okay, no. Courier. Not yet. But he's still on the hunt right now. Melody Lovers sees him. There's Finger of Death just leveled up because Piao is clearing out the creep wave. Call down is there, plus the Ball Lightning in. Fissure, a little bit too late. Wrong place, wrong time, Bounty.
Well, he did scout out the knowledge. Oh, bottom lane. Walrus Punch comes in, but Yang does survive. The mines just aren't enough. Suicide. He doesn't have enough mana. Oh man. If you can't suicide, you're not techies.
Yeah, just light the fuse. How much mana can it possibly take? Yui is gonna try to do whatever he can to get out of there. Split Earth is gonna miss. No charge vision. And he somehow will get out of there. But it does cost them a techies. That's just another life going towards the VG Potential side. And in the meantime, like, nothing else is happening except for VG Potential responding to that. So across the board, like, every single thing that Newbee.Y has tried, with the exception of that Bounty Hunter kill, has really just fallen flat on its face. Luckily for them, there's been no track kills yet, but those are going to be coming soon.
Yeah, and the Bounty Hunter kill, they didn't even need to try just because, well, it was gifted to them. He just ran into them open arms. Oh, Leshrac might be in trouble, but so might Lin. There's the Finger of Death to get the 1 kill. Walrus Punch slowing down the Viper, and they will get that one as well. That is a huge turn of events. Suddenly Gyrocopter just boosts up in network a little bit. Maybe got the dogfights can do something to the Storm Spirit, but by himself, well, the charge is coming. They don't have the Nether Strike though.
SC stunned once, 17%. How lucky? Not lucky. Never lucky. Although they're gonna maybe chase forward for more. He has an Invis Rune that's not doing anything up against the track, but with the Soul Ring balling out, they will get the Storm Spirit away. So it's, as I said, a big turnaround. Oh wait, are they really charging in for more? Okay, Spirit Breaker manning the hell up. He has Nether Strike. Okay, he's gonna fall back. Coward. But bottom lane, while the Techies was not participating in that 4-0 sweep, he was actively laying mines. So mines at this point, they still do a hell of a lot of damage if VG Potential are not ready for them. And that's exactly what happened.
You can't spell coward without cow, man.
God damn it, dude.
Oh, the charge onto the Gyrocopter. He can't ball lightning away like the Storm Spirit could. Although, he can do quite a bit of damage in return anyway. Cooldown, Flak Cannon, and a bit of Rocket Barrage. But there was no escape from that.
Well, they do get the Leshrac in trade. Not really sure what happened there. Storm Spirit, probably a Lion combo involved as well. And Leshrac, he's still on top of the net worth, but not by that much. In fact, he's only 50 behind the Gyrocopter. He's been getting quite a few kills there. Rather active Gyrocopter at this portion in the game. And Leshrac, though he does have a lot of firepower, he still is very, very fragile. So if Newbee can keep on getting on top of Leshrac with the ball lightning, it's just constant kills. Something blew up in the bottom lane. They're setting up for Lin, however, still with no corrosive. Man, get one, because you might regret it soon. Ball lightning in. Lin is going to try to TP you out, but there's a pull and a snowball incoming. This Viper is so dead.
Oh, top lane, they will get Lion at least, or will they? He does get the Hex off beforehand. Piao does come in, but cooldown still on cooldown for 1 more second, unfortunately. As Spirit Breaker, after the kill, purchases, or never mind, it was delivered to him, the Hand of Midas. But it really feels like VG Potential, they were ahead by quite a bit, and things have slowed down for them. The movements aren't quite as crisp at the moment, and due to that, their lead has also been dropped down to about half of what it used to be.
It's definitely a side effect of the fact that Leshrac got so far ahead in the laning stage. He has that I'm invincible syndrome kind of thing going, especially like in his attitude versus Storm Spirit. At this point, Storm Spirit isn't that far behind this Leshrac, in all honesty. Like, he's 600 gold behind, he's a level behind, but that's not really that much. Leshrac only has 1000 HP right now, yet he's kind of getting into positions where you only want to be if you are with a Bloodstone and like a Shiva's Guard or something like that. So XLL just has to play more with his team, and then like so many problems will be solved. Just don't let this Leshrac get picked off, and then you could see the effect of a level 10 nuking Leshrac.
Yeah, also so far Lin on the Viper, for example, hasn't really been a part of the team fights. Although mid lane Tusk goes in with the snowball, Storm Spirit coming in as well. Walrus Punch is there with the Earth Spike. Melody Lovers, can he at least get the Hex off before his death? He can. But there's the Echo Slam buying some time. Storm Spirit will ball lightning away, but maybe go down. Nope. The damage not enough yet, but with the Lightning Storm, finally they get the kill. They clean up the Tusk as well. And that is well worth a Spirit Breaker.
James, once again, being a hero with his skills. Last time it was Winter Wyvern, this time just with fissures and walking into Echo Slam. Saved that Spirit Breaker's bacon for just a little bit of time. That let the Bounty Hunter get so many more right clicks off. Got, I believe, 2 track kills off of that. And of course, the Cavalry was brought in as well in a very big way. So Newbee.Y jumped in with so many heroes to try to kill off a Spirit Breaker, but you gotta remember, this is a Spirit Breaker we're talking about. This guy has 8 armor without any armor items. He has that Earnest Shadows, he has Power Treads in Strength mode, so he should be at like 1100 HP at least. Like, this dude is really hard to bring down. 1400, oh my god. Yeah, this guy's big.
Yeah, just Spirit Breaker, one of the tankiest heroes in general in Dota, to be honest. Or, well, most beefy at least. So, oh, Bounty Hunter, he's building a Dagon.
Yeah, and he's gonna have that one really soon. He's stalking the techies right now. Let's be super careful with where he goes because of landmines and now remotes, but this Dagon is going to be not too far away. He already has the recipe, he's only 1000 gold, or 8,000-ish gold away from it. They have a charge going towards Piao. This time, Yang, oh, come on, dude. You gotta YOLO those sometimes.
Well, that was a much worse position to YOLO to than last time, to be honest. Well, maybe not much worse, because the end, like, goal where he would have reached the target would have been approximately the same, I think, but at least the last target was injured beforehand.
Yeah. Yeah, eventually he's gonna get it to land. Maybe this time on the Piao track, and not tier 3s with tier 2s. Well, he's keeping everyone scared, but while they're just doing that, bottom lane is actively being pushed. Techie's an all-star at pushing down towers, assuming he has the mana to do so. And, well, top lane tower may drop in trade, so maybe we're gonna see a 1-1 tower trade. That's actually really good for Newbee.Y.
This, is it only me, but ever since I saw this cosmetic for the sigil, it's so distracting somehow.
Well, that's because it's Newbee who are using it, but they're up against VG. Like, what the hell's going on? This Tusk is a turncoat.
He did feed himself earlier for bounties level 6, remember?
Confirmed.
It all makes sense now.
22 confirmed. He's been paid off in cosmetics.
No, it's all about them cosmetics. Oh, Tusk is gonna get scouted. I think they saw each other. Maybe they did.
Probably saw him. Well, I mean, you're not going to go in there alone as dogfights anyway. He's just looking for someone to track up. He might run into Melody Lovers, but there is a random Sentry Ward here, and well, he already ran into that problem once before in this game. It seems like VG Potential just don't really have a whole bunch of heroes right now. Spirit Breaker walked into Mines, I think, and just got picked off. Not really sure what happened there, but top lane tower is in deny range right now. After all said and done, Newbee.Y get a fantastic trade, taking down the bottom tier 2, losing pretty much nothing in exchange, get a free Spirit Breaker kill. Top lane tower will eventually go down. But hell, even Newbee.Y could fight over this one if they really wanted to. They don't, but they are powerful enough to do so.
Yeah, I think they're gonna wait the Gyrocopter's BKB out and then go for a fight, or maybe go for Roshan, something like that. If they had minus armor, which, well, they now do, Tusk just picks up the Medallion of Courage. So once they finish the BKB as well, I think Roshan is a just safe, not a safe, but a good place to go in to just get an advantage, get the Aegis onto the Storm Spirit, or maybe even the Gyrocopter, and then just try to force a fight. Oh, James though, he's only about 45 gold away from his blink.
Alright, so Bounty Hunter has like 700 of magic damage in his pocket. Charge onto SC is going to land. Nether Strike, not used just yet. He gets a lucky 17%. There's the track. Shuriken Dagon, 17%. Again, gets the kill.
Spirit Breaker 17% is the highest by far. I mean, I've said it before as well, but it can't be 17%. It just can't.
It's not. I think they messed up with the numbers somewhere. But they get a kill on the Storm Spirit with two heroes that honestly shouldn't be able to kill off the Storm Spirit. That is Bounty Hunter showing off his Dagon burst, but he has so much burst damage right now that he may be able to close to insta-give the techies. At least if he finds techies, he'll be forced to... Oh, don't go there, dogfights! Okay, one landmine, that was it. Really hard to see how many stacks are here. You know, just landmines just in model, it's really hard. But over towards mid lane, they're going to get the jump in. Walrus Punch is there onto James, but he still survives Fissure. Going to get the kill and turn things around even onto Melody Lovers, perhaps? No, they'll let that one go, but it is a kill on the Tusk, and Tusk somehow gets a kill on the Shaker. Creeps?
It was the Urn.
Ah, okay, Urn.
But still, it is a win for VG potentially in the sense that they get an extra blast on charge. Lesh finishes up the Boots of Travels as well. Oh, speaking of charges, Techies, is he gonna be able to suicide in time, or is he gonna even...
Oh, Yang's stuck. Someone walks into mine, Bounty Hunter. He's gonna run to a bunch of remotes, but XL will survive and get the kill. So, that was unfortunate for Yang, but he does get out of those trees in the end, and I don't know where Bounty Hunter was, but he ran into some mines. That's never a good place to be.
Well, mines, they're bad, but what can you do? Even if you get the gem, Bounty Hunter is just not the tanky enough hero to usually carry the gem as well. It's a really high chance that if he does, he's just gonna lose it straight out, and oh, there's a gank incoming now, or is it? Do they want to go on the Viper?
They have no Finger of Death. They have Call Down Rocket Barrage. They have only level 1 pull. That might be enough, and I think it will be. Lin's gonna get hexed up. Here comes the Call Down. Missile 1's gonna connect. Missile 2 should as well, but no, Lin's already dead. This Viper hasn't really... I feel like he hasn't been in this game. Like, I don't know if you're getting the same impression. He's going for such a weird build. Charge in onto Piao. Cancelled. Wow, by Yang, really. They still see Melody Lovers. James looking for an angle. Has a Blink Dagger. Can land the Fissure. Onto the Lion. Looking for the Blink cancel on the Piao. No. They're just going to settle for the Lion pick. Get one kill when you know you can get it, and that's fine. But Viper has gone for, like, the weirdest build I've ever seen. I don't really know what he's building towards, but so far it always seems like Viper is kind of just in the background as, like, bait. You don't really want to go for the Viper kill, but you can because he's still pretty fragile. I'd
like to say that most of his kills or assists have come from corrosive skin, because really, I get the same impression. Doesn't feel like he's done anything. Oh! Pre-suicide.
just in case, and Dogbites knows about it. Yang's gonna get jumped though. It was a bait. It was a bait the entire time. Yang has stick charges, and he will maybe get away. Fissure is there, not quite enough. Fissure still gonna connect, but Storm Spirit has enough to get out of there. Here comes Lin, but he's separated from the rest of the squad because of those shards. That was, yeah, Techie's pulling the trigger a little bit early, but it gets a Spirit Breaker kill, kind of, so mission success, maybe?
Well, success, maybe not a mission success. Just
okay.
A general success.
Won the battle, lost the war kind of thing?
Yeah,
or vice versa?
It's probably winning the battle and losing the war for them. Although, it's still not looking that bad. I mean, Leshrac, yes, he may be #1 in net worth at the moment, but Gyro is #2, Storm Spirit #3, so all is fine that way. And, well, VG potential, Viper, it's just not going to be as strong in the late game. Oh, mid lane, never mind. Easy, just Shadow Walk, gets away to safety. The question now is he going to be upgrading the Dagon on the Bounty Hunter?
Probably, I want to say. Like, you could insta-give the Techies, you could insta-give the Lion. Gyrocopter and the rest of the heroes are all fairly durable, but, like, what are your alternatives, I guess, as Bounty Hunter? Going for something like a Medallion would be pretty sweet right now, and he might want to do that, but for right now, he needs to be in this Roshan pit, because Roshan is being cleared very, very slowly, but they're not taking that much damage, Newbee.Y, so maybe VG Potential will catch wind of this. They should, because they have, you know, freaking Bounty Hunter on their team.
Yeah, and well, he is moving towards that as well. They have a sentry on the high ground there, so they will know when he's coming in, but if VG Potential doesn't start moving now, they're just going to be too late.
Well, they see the ball lightning coming in, but yeah, as I said, too late. Roshan claimed by SC, and there's a double damage rune there as well. It looks like Newbee.Y are in a position where they can just go for a straight push onto perhaps this mid tier 1 tower. Still, not the most structures have been brought down, but we do see a smoke up on the VG Potential side. They have top lane in their sights. Piao not tracked, not charged, yet still is going to smell something coming.
Yeah, it's just when you don't see anybody on the map, or maybe he saw the smoke popping somewhere. Oh, Melody Lovers goes in with the Finger of Death. Storm Spirit comes in as well, sentry a little bit too late, and that was just really awkward.
They annihilate the Lion. We have a track on the Storm Spirit as well. No Fissure, no Nether Strike, at least not in range, so Lion's going to get picked off, giving a lot of extra cash to VG Potential, and now the push is going to go the other way. Yeah, Storm Spirit, though he does have a double life, like, if he gets hit with a Fissure or something like that, they can very easily take down his first life, and then the follow-up life will be pretty much hinging upon the 17% chance, but it's a tower destroyed very easily from VG Potential, and still the bottom lane has all its tier 2 towers alive. They're avoiding it like the plague because of mines, but they could afford to do that.
Yeah, it's certainly true, and just the last minute or so for VG Potential suddenly got them in such a better position, although they were already in a good position beforehand as well if you just look at the graphs purely, but just getting some breathing space, knowing that you can still get those pickoffs and not really have to sacrifice anything for it, must be a good feeling. And, well, Newbee, I'm not even too sure what their plan is. Probably just get the Gyrocopter farmed. Has the BKB, still 10 seconds, even has a Demon Age after that as well, so I think Monkey King Bar is the choice for him, but when does the techies come into play? If ever.
I mean, this is pretty much him in play, right? Like, as I said in the draft, it's very much so like a Broodmother. You're going to be fighting 4v5 for the majority of the game, except you're going to be using this techies to make sure your towers don't drop. Clearly that hasn't worked on top lane, clearly that hasn't worked on mid lane, but it's working really well on bottom lane. The problem is that if VG Potential just avoid the bottom lane, like, the techies is going to very slowly push, he's just going to send creep waves into the bottom lane, but tier 2 tower there has already been taken. So, I think it's time for techies.
Might lose his life. Oh, nope, just BKB charge, easy.
He's charging towards bottom lane, but not on the techies. He'll cancel that one and TP out, but yeah. Spirit Breaker going to survive again. That is a 10-second BKB charge, though, so pretty effective for Newbee.Y to go for those types of ganks.
Yeah, it's definitely nice just getting those long duration ones out of the way immediately. And it really feels like this game is slowing down. Both sides don't really want to make any unnecessary mistakes at the moment. Although there's not like a massive amount on the line for this game's win, it's still nice to start the entire group stage with a just straight 2-0 if you're VG Potential, and well, Newbee, they just want to tie things up.
And like, especially like looking at the other teams in this tournament, Tongfu, I think, probably the favorites to take everything, but EP up there as well. VG Potential and Newbee.Y are probably like the middle of the pack team, so every win is just so much more valuable for them because odds are they're going to end up in the middle where every single win really counts for that much more.
Oh, most certainly true, and well, Lesh he's really pulled out ahead. Gonna have that Octarine core soon-ish as well. 11 blast zone charges. He's about 3,000 ahead of the Gyrocopter. As Techies just keeps on planting those mines. There's probably a crap ton of landmines on that same position right now, next to the tree, right?
Yeah, the one near the tier 1 is like glitching out like all hell, so I'm inclined to think that's a big stack. Same with the one right below it. There's 14 landmines on the map right now, and I think it's just all in these 3 stacks, so whoever walks into that is going to be in for a rude awakening.
There's still no gem as well, I believe. There is one sentry on the Bounty Hunter, but you can't sentry the entire map, unfortunately. Where you could, but it just would be so damn expensive that it wouldn't even pay off by the end of it. There are some just strategic points that, oh, some of them do get destroyed right now. Oh, there is a gem. Never mind me, James, carrying it on Earthshaker.
That's nice to have the gem for sure, but Earthshaker not really the hero that you want to have with it. Storm Spirit can very easily go for it. Dogfights actually gets hit with the dust. He's gonna run to the Ancients. Best case scenario here, Ancients get the deny. But against this much burst damage, not gonna happen. Techies with a remote mine rather gets the kill. I was gonna say with a right click really, but no, they get the kill on the Bounty Hunter. But in the meantime, bottom lane, all these mines are being destroyed. Suddenly, what was 14 now down to 4. And VG Potential now, or I guess when their Bounty Hunter comes back, can go over for this push. But Radiant's Courier gets picked off by SC. That was holding a big item. That was a Mystic Staff for the Leshrac. That was his completed Octarine core.
Yeah, it's a pretty big deal as well. That's just 3 minutes without that massive item. And although I'm not too sure if VG Potential would have gone aggressive with that item immediately, but it's still just moral victory plus a lot of gold. Oh, never mind. Storm Spirit will back the hell out, but has a regeneration rune, might even just come back in, although just a lack of vision or lack of information, he's not going to risk it.
Right, so right now we have like a super stalled out game. This is where Viper progressively becomes worse. Leshrac, I guess, I mean, he's still a decent late game hero. I think he gets slightly worse as well, but this is where Gyrocopter really just gets so much free time. Yang gonna run into a whole bunch of heroes, forcing into a BKB. That's his 9 seconds, so far both charges of the BKB from Spirit Breaker are doing absolutely nothing except for keeping him alive. In this stalled out game state, Storm Spirit and Gyrocopter are going to be kings as far as how much they use the farm that they're getting.
Yeah, and Gyrocopter is definitely getting a pretty reasonable amount of it. Still cannot catch up to Lesh and don't really expect him to either for quite some time still. But they do smoke up now, only 3 of them, but they have a level 2 Finger of Death. And if they just get like 1 or 2 kills with this, Lion might even get himself a Blink Dagger after that. But doesn't look like they're gonna find anybody. Usually, yes, you can expect somebody to farm your jungle, but this is just not the case. And oh, Techies might be forced to suicide.
Well, it won't be the first time. He's in a little bit of trouble. Will TP out XL in more trouble, perhaps. He's gonna run into a whole mess of heroes. There's a snowball call down, plus Storm Spirit joining the fray. The Leshrac had no Octarine core, but it's not like that would have made any sort of difference. He got obliterated. Not a super long respawn time, but it's still a free kill on a very farmed hero. And, oh, bottom lane. Viper walked into remote mines.
Why would you do that? It's like Techies has only been
away
on the bottom lane. There are like, I don't know. It's
Viper syndrome. I don't know, dude.
It's just so obvious that there are mines there. I mean, really. Oh, mid lane. There's a charge coming in. The Gyrocopter. Boots of Travel's coming in as well. Kill the creep. Nope, can't.
17.
Bashes. Too much.
Got 3 bashes there. Now SC is gonna jump in. Split Earth will be dodged. They have another charge in just 1 second. There's not a lot of mana right now on the Storm Spirit. He'll get hit with the stun. XL is gonna charge for it. SC though gonna straight TP out. Bash not gonna happen. Fissure, though, will connect most likely on the melee levers if he just fires it off right now. There, well, okay, there it is. Now, follow up. They'll bring him down with the track as well. It's a 2-kill on the mid lane. They don't get the Storm Spirit, but still they get a lot of track gold.
Yeah, and not only that, it's just Gyrocopter being down, and although he has buyback, if he's forced to use it, it's just gonna hurt his farming progress, and he can't really he can't afford to slow down any further. Although, look at Lesh now. Going for a BKB next, that's quite a bit of gold. Tusk comes in with the snowball, water sponge as well, but is he gonna get punished? Tracked up, Fissure, Blink, Enchant Totem, and indeed that is punished, and he does not have buyback.
In what world does that work out for the Tusk? He has him a Solar Crest and that's it up against the Leshrac.
In a world where he bet on VG Potential.
Ah, right, we already established that, didn't we? We already established that.
We're just getting more and more evidence right here.
clearly. It's the case is becoming indisputable at this point. We also see the impacts of techies right now as VG Potential are pushing the mid lane. Techies doing absolutely nothing, man. Absolutely nothing. Minor amounts of pressure onto the bottom lane.
He killed Viper, you can't say he's doing nothing.
Yep, outside of that Viper kill, like while that push was happening in mid lane, Techies was a useless hero. Like even if he joins the fight, he's not a broodmother. He won't have any sort of broodmother-like contributions.
Look at the statistics. He has the same amount of kill contribution as the next highest in their team, the Tusk.
Dude, why you gotta be like this?
Techies, he's... If you look at just the numbers, he's been one of the most active.
Bottom lane. Ball lightning in, but BKB is there from Lin. They see melee lovers. They'll take down the Lion immediately. Call down to a whole bunch of them, though. Lin's going to drop very quickly as Yang has to back off as well. XL standing his ground versus Douyu right now. Minor amounts of regen right now. Eats the Finger of Death to the face. Doesn't take much damage from it. Still the Pulse Nova is taken away, giving him a lot of HP, but it won't quite be enough. Everyone from VG Potential, I think they walked into remote mines or something. They got hit with a lot of damage and Newbee clean house.
I'm not too sure, but most of it...
They did. It was a giant stack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just watching the stream, slightly delayed. So they walked into a whole bunch of mines there.
And them mines, like you said, they should just ignore this bottom lane. It's not working out for them, and that's a massive fight. I really thought it's just like Gyrocopter doing massive amounts of work with the flak cannon, but did get some help from your friendly neighborhood techies who isn't completely useless.
Well, if you go into the mines, yeah, they have a gem. They shouldn't really get hit by it. I guess, like, it's kind of not terrible because they still have the gem. But as you said before, Techies has not left this bottom lane, like, not a single time. They could go, like, honestly, VG Potential can try for tier 3s right now at this point. It's not going to be fantastic, but, you know, get a pick off into tier 3s and just avoid the bottom lane like the plague. It's clearly a dangerous place to be. Every single time they've went down there, it has not been a good place to be.
Yeah, they really should just start pushing tier 3, like sieging them down, but I think the next fight might happen around Roche Pit, and well, Techies doesn't have a massive amount of mines there, although he is getting pretty damn close to an Aghanim Scepter, so that's gonna be a huge boon for him, of course. But Storm Spirit now up to 3.1k gold, 14 Blast on charges as well. That last fight just helped all of them so much. Gyrocopter also up to 4.2k gold, so for example, if he wants to go for Satanic, it's not all that far off.
Should be able to get that one pretty quickly. I want to see just Helmet the Dominator on him, honestly. Just like the extra armor that it gives, not even to mention the lifesteal will be huge, but they're going to tear Roshan a new one, grab that double life again for SC, dusting just in case of Bounty Hunter shenanigans, and they will be sure to take that double life, and they're going to get into a fight straight after, though. Here comes Dogfights with a track onto Douyu right now. Lightning's going to slow him down, looking for the Viper Strike. He's charged up, a turnaround with the Snowball. They can draw him out. SC, in the meantime, jumps to the backlines, but gets stunned immediately. Call down not doing enough, and they're just going to annihilate. First, the Gyrocopter, now going for Douyu. Earthshaker does drop right now the gem. I don't know where it went. It's actually picked up by Lestrak. SC, though, sole survivor of that one. Still has double life. Yang looking for a bash. Not going to get close enough in time, but where was Lion in that? Obviously, Techies is not going to be useful there, but double buyback being forced out, that was a huge fight for VG Potential. That's like a, I don't even know how much gold swing, but double it because of the buybacks.
Yeah, and since the Tusk survived for a little bit longer, it actually gave enough time for the Bounty Hunter to get the track just before he died as well. So even more gold coming in from there, but Gyrocopter, there's always like a tiny positive to buying back. It means that you can just spend all the gold. You don't have to like contemplate, oh, maybe I need buyback. You just go for it. And he has gone for the Yasha now. Maybe not the item that can help him all that much, but it's still something. Extra movement speed, a little bit of armor, extra attack speed as well, of course. But they are smoked up only as 4. The 5th one lagging behind heavily. It's just a tech planting down mine.
God damn it, Slacker. They're going to run into XL right now, but jump forward for Yang instead. Hex goes onto this Lestrak, though. Can't get his BKB off quite yet, but now he does. Now he can turn around with that Octarine Core. He's dropping pretty low, though, but he is still alive. Everyone's a BKB, so Lestrak not doing that much damage right now, but Lin is. Now doing quite a bit of work, trying to go for this Lestrak, and he will bring him very low, but not quite dead yet. They will bring him down ultimately, but now SC is all alone. He'll die as well, loses Aegis. They'll try to bring down the Sigil. It's a 3v1. I don't think they have quite enough stunning actually to kill off SC, but they will try and will fall very, very short. Still they have a Fissure, still they see the Storm Spirit, but it will be ultimately a 3-for-2, 4-for-2 if you count the Aegis. VG Potential with yet another win, and where is Techies? Well, laying down some mines.
It's gonna be worth it in the end. Believe! Gotta believe, look at the bottom lane. Nobody's ever gonna push in.
You gotta use his minefield sign though, because it actually does stuff now.
Well, he probably doesn't know it.
How do I techies? If he just does it right on his remote mines right now, like, VG potential can no longer push top lane. It just will not work. Oh, he does. Okay, now they're invis. Or, like, super invis.
He was listening to you, placed it down pretty much immediately, and it does make it scarier, but only for a certain time, and the cooldown of that ability is pretty damn long, so it's only a temporary fix to what they just have to mend.
Well, I mean, right now, VG potential, they see the signpost. I'm pretty sure they saw the sign. So top lane is no longer a viable push. There's no way to execute that one correctly. Mid lane is the only place where they can safely push. Maybe they get a pick off with the Shadow Blade being picked up by the Spirit Breaker, but if Newbee just position themselves defensively, they can just turtle up and even wait for buybacks to come back up online again.
Oh, well, I don't think Storm Spirit will want to save for buyback, though. He definitely looks like he just wants to get the extra, like, 20 to 30 gold and get his Hex.
Yeah, then Newbee.Y will be able to get those pickoffs on the Leshrac that much easier. They already have the first Hex from the Lion. Adding another one on there, and Leshrac cannot get value out of this Octarine Core.
Oh, yeah, it's... Last fight as well, I mean, Octarine Core, I guess the lifesteal isn't as massive unless you're really surrounded by a huge amount of people, but... The thing was last time that the targets were BKB'd, so he was pulse knowing like next to them or in the middle of them, but... If you're not doing damage, you're not really lifestealing either. But BKB durations, what we're at anyway, 6 for Gyro, Storm, well 7, not too bad at all.
But yeah, as the BKBs dwindle, Leshrac gets stronger and stronger, especially since he has 3,000, almost 4,000 gold in his inventory right now, going for, I don't know, Shiva's Guard or Aghanims or Sheepstick, like probably one of those 3 items next, and he will get a lot more lifesteal out of this Octarine Core as time progresses. And Newbee.Y's damage potential, like, it got boosted up somewhat by this Gyrocopter. Grabbing his Yasha has a completed MKB, but outside of that, their damage isn't really skyrocketing. So I think as time progresses, as BKBs get shorter, Leshrac is going to get tankier faster than Newbee.Y can get damage up.
It's sad, but it might be true for Newbee.Y. Of course, Gyrocopter, he can change it all if he just picks up some key items for himself. At the moment, gonna finish up an SMY in about 500 gold. Of course, doesn't really give you any damage output, although he's still hitting for exactly 250 damage as it is.
Charge. See Cow. They're gonna land the charge. No BKB just yet. Another strike immediately with the track there as well. He's gonna pop the BKB now and try to book it, but at this point, another toxin kicks in, and that's gonna be his death. They catch James though in the trees. SC is gonna get a free one there. Gets Dagon blasted to face, but he has BKB still, so he will be fine to just jump out of there. He should not be punished. Charge, although incoming, not quite gonna be fast enough. An even 1-1, but Gyrocopter down as VG potential get that track kill. Or I don't think it was a track kill, actually. He was probably BKB'd. So now they can go for a push in mid, but there are still remote mines here, and they need someone to go up the high ground so that Leshrac can start clearing them.
Oh man. Such a tough life just trying to deal with the mines. At least the mines should be able to clear off the P-Wave with the help of the Ice Shards. Indeed, that's what they do. And how could they get vision the easiest? Necrobook? Do you send those into them? Do you start buying couriers and feeding them? Probably Necrobook is a better choice, but a far more expensive one.
Yeah, Necrobook is actually really, or pretty good up against what Newbee have. Obviously just always good against techies, but just the mana break and burn are also great up against what Newbee.Y have. At this point, it's probably a little bit too late for that, so they'll probably just brute force their way in. Like, slowly but surely take down the remote mines and maybe get a jump on the techies behind his remote mines, but yeah, I think it's a little bit too late to get like any sort of those unit responses to the mines. They just gotta slow roll it. Or just go for this bottom tier 1 tower, because Techies has been in the side lanes now. He can't possibly still have mines here, at least not remotes.
Well, they are gonna get the tower down, so they get some confirmation as well. They have vision of, I think, most of the mines that are around this area. So they're just gonna clean them up. To be honest, they should give at least 1 gold as well every time you kill them. Like Templar Assassin, Psionic Traps.
Yeah, because Techies needs the nerf.
Well, to be honest, I think make it so that each mine gives 1 gold, but you get like a minefield sign that's a dot, so to say, that it's like a fake sign.
Oh, that's...
So you have
no,
like 2
I don't even want to deal with that.
Cooldowns.
No, I don't want to deal with that in any of my games. Please no. Techies will have too many skills then. You won't have enough buttons to press. He has the auto-detonate, the sign, and then the secondary sign. It's too much. Up towards top, Storm Spirit's being charged. Charge, not gonna connect, although that was really close.
So that's 2 times now that the Storm Spirit has managed to TP out with the Storm Spirit, or the Spirit Breaker rather, being that close to him. But people still farming up. Shiva's card up on the Lesh, another 2.2k after that. Wow. Okay, then dogfights, well, that was actually lots of gold.
Yeah, 727 gold going towards the Storm Spirit. Got that one completely by himself. Always hold dust as a Storm Spirit, guys. And Bounty Hunter, not exactly durable. When you go for tag and 4 Force Staff, you have to play the slippery role. And if you get jumped on, well, there's no counterplay to that.
What a noob. Built Dagon 4 and then went to 4 Staff.
You gotta go 5, man. Like, come on. You're already most of the way there.
You never go half retard, man. Never go half retard.
Roshanto is going to be spawning in 2 minutes, 40 seconds, and honestly, this game hasn't really, well, the bases haven't really been pushed that much, so this should be a game where they're just fighting over Roshan. Shiva's Guard has been completed on the Leshrac. We have an Assault Cuirass that is flying out to the Viper right now, so he can start doing some serious damage as well. But I don't know, this Viper build is just, like, really, really weird. I guess this is kind of the Viper build you want to go if you're planning on this much of a late game stage. Viper typically falls off pretty hard because, well, his early game is so good. But a late game Viper, as long as he's itemizing for the late game, is also pretty darn deadly.
Yeah, it's not too shabby at all, to be honest. And AC will help him out a great deal up against Gyrocopter, well, him and his team. Although, I definitely wouldn't be opposed to Heart of the Rask, just so there would be somebody that could actually man up and face tank someone.
You could, maybe Glimmer Cape, and then just, like, run into the mines. I guess he has BKB, so you could just... I don't freaking know. As far as anti-mines is concerned, like, to have Gem already, unless they want to invest into that Necro book, it's probably not going to get much better unless they get more gems.
Well, they have a gem, but they don't have any way to just get high ground vision normally.
Yeah.
So that's why you need somebody to just run in.
Sacrificial victim. Who wants to give their lives to the techies?
Oh, 4-man smoke, though, coming out from Newbee.
They have Spirit Breaker as the only possible kill right now. There is a Sentry Observer combo, so maybe they're going to see Yang, maybe they're going to jump on him, but he's right outside of Sentry range. He's just flirting with the Sentry Ward. He has no idea that it's there, but he's not going to get punished, and it's like VG potential. They're all in a group of 5 this time. Maybe the techies is going to be relevant in this fight, though, just as a occasional remote mine thrower.
How can you be so mean? How can you be so mean?
Techie's a shitty hero.
I hate playing against
cards, actually. Down to Melody Lovers. Force Staff out, but it's not going to do much. He's going to get initiated on immediately. Force Staff back into the enemy team. Wrong direction, bro. Not like it would have helped. Backlines, though. They're going to jump forward, looking for the Shakers. SC with BKB up, trying to connect on the Shaker, but the Force Staff will get himself very far away. And now the Storm Spirit has got to cleanly disengage. That's his BKB down to 6 seconds and on cooldown. This tower is going to drop for free.
Yeah, not only does his tower go down, it also means that Roshan is going to be respawning. If they timed it correctly, they know that 11 minutes is about to be up soon, like really extremely soon. So they might as well back off, go into Roshan, check if it's up, and if it is, can they actually do it? They do have the AC for the minus armor. They don't have a medallion for extra though.
And Storm Spirit's on the enemy side. Call down a threat, but at this point, a threat that you could probably just face tank through. They could also just set up all these wards and then, you know, lay in wait, look for a charge into some poor sucker who walks in. But Leshrac at this point, with the Edict with the Pulse Nova, can start on Roshan by himself. He doesn't really need that much help. So they could slow roll this one and force Newbee.Y to come out and fight. And with the techies on your team, you never really want to be on the aggressive. Again, like, techies is almost a purely defensive hero, so going to the Roshan pit, not really what they want to do, unless they had mines there previously. They are smoked up instead. VG potential going to run. Once again, Melody Lovers. Poor sucker. This guy is in such a bad position, and he will get picked off immediately. They also land a charge onto Piao. Echo Slam is there as well as another strike. There goes 2. The Gyrocopter has buyback, and he might have to use it. Mines, though, in the mid lane. VG potential, don't go up there. It's a bad idea. At least, not yet.
Come on. You like have a 5-second BKB, might as well go for it. Oh, they do get rid of the...
That was like...
That didn't damage them at all, almost. They have a few bottle charges to share. It's gonna be fine. Oh, Storm Spirit jumps in, stasis traps, do absolutely nothing, and that's the tier 3 down.
And a late Fortify as well, so it's gonna, like, help for the melee racks not to die, but they force the buyback out. Ball landing in onto Yang. Mines are there. A mine is here. He gets Force Staffed out, but he's still in range. Call down. No, he's Force Staffed out again. He will survive for a little while longer, but caught in the Ice Shards now. Yang is Shadow Blade, and they have no detection, actually, so Yang will charge out to the top lane, and actually will stick around for a little while longer to get onto Xiao Lin with the BKB. Sticking onto this gyrocopter like white on rice, he will get the kill eventually. Just a couple more hits is all he needs, but he's missing, and he's still missing. He can't quite get the kill because of that freaking Solar Crest. They go into SC instead. Charge is going to connect. He'll get the kill there. Storm Spirit only dead for another 20 seconds, but Lin is still very tanky right now. Netherstrike will get the double kill for Yang, and no one from VG Potential has died. Huge Solar Crest value from the Newbee side, but ultimately, it doesn't matter. They spend the buyback in the gyrocopter, they don't defend, and that's clean Raxes. They could even go for maybe a second setup towards top.
Oh, never mind. Earthspike comes out, but Shiva's card is there. Excellent. He's just so fine. They get the Bounty Hunter, but they're going to lose too many heroes. Hex onto Yang, though. Piao gonna get stunned up and probably lose his life. Yes, and that is a gyrocopter dead without the buyback.
And that should be game. Douyu is going to get brought down as well. SC going to try to TP out 17? 17? No, 17 this time, but Storm Spirit, the sole survivor of that push. Top lane, I don't see the mine post thing, so they do still have the gem on Leshrac. They can go for this top lane now, knowing that Storm Spirit's the only threat alive. They're not super healthy, but Leshrac has Edict, and Leshrac is Leshrac. He will clear out the remote mines and the land mines, everything that's in this stupid stack, and then this tower is going to take a beating. And Storm Spirit just by himself can't do that much versus Leshrac.
Oh, the charge coming in. Stasis Trap, not gonna do anything. I just wanted to see one Stasis Trap actually hit this game, but not a single one, I think.
I think it's like half because Newbee.Y are not tanky enough to like stick in a fight and actually force the VG Potential side to stick in the fight as well. Also half because Techies is a shitty hero. That's my reasoning.
Such a hater, such a hater. But by the end of this game, there was about a 40,000 network lead and about 30k in XP almost. So VG Potential, I mean, most people I think were thinking that Newbee.Y are the team to just take this. At least the chat seemed pretty damn unhappy that they weren't winning at least. But guys, this is it for the day. I'm quickly gonna check if HeflaTV1 is still going. Yes, if you want to see more Dota, HeflaTV1 is still going with Dream Gaming versus Tong Fu. But once that ends, we will be back tomorrow at 09 CEST, Central European Summer Time, or 15 SGT Singaporean Time. Hopefully you have enjoyed the broadcasting so far, and if you have, you can definitely check us out for more on HeflaTV's Facebook and Twitter, where we'll always update you when we're going live. And of course, check out the casters as well, at Couchor for me. And Mike, where can they find you?
I'll just be at Mikelorus on Twitter there as well. But again, guys, follow the stream. If you really liked it, then sub. This tournament is just getting started, so I can't guarantee that any other games will have techies, but hell, this was kind of entertaining because of it, kind of depressing because of it, but yeah, this game is just getting started, so there are many more games in this tournament coming up, a lot.
That is definitely true. We're just at the tip of the iceberg at the moment. There really is a lot. There's 4 series each day, 7 days in a row, and then there's the playoffs on top of that, which is a double elimination bracket as well with 8 teams. So indeed, lots of games to come. But guys, with this, we are done for this stream. Check out HeflaTV1 for Tong Fu versus Dream Gaming, game number 2 ongoing at the moment. And just have a good one.
Later, guys.